Hi there guys, how are you today? What's new? Today we're gonna talk about SolanaPrime. SolanaPrime is a deflationary launchpad with the ability to insure certain products. How it will work, so what it is, let's find some answers in our review today, and I'll tell you about this project in details. Let's go. SolanaPrime is a very interesting and promising project. It's a launchpad powered by Solana, built on Solana blockchain, and today we observe tokenomics and roadmap of these projects, investors and bakers, and I tell you about my opinion. But to tell you the truth, it's quite usual launchpad with very interesting business angels on board and venture capitals like Pluto, as well as founder Cardano. Their team is quite large and qualified. Speaking about their tokenomics vesting and roadmap looks attractive and well done. There are not so many launchpads built on Solana, and it gives us some opportunity to expect something interesting in the future. Since he acts primarily as a business angel, risking his own money and not taking a piece through the fund. What else? Okay, let's observe their main website, but to tell you the truth, it's a one-page site with some difficult and quite sophisticated tier structure, and we will try to find some explanation in a white paper. What else? There are some type of cards where we can find information about difficult tier structure. Having some tickets, we get an opportunity to invest a certain amount of money due to tier structure. So let's try to find an answer in a white paper, and I'll tell you about a roadmap, tokenomics, and etc. SolanaPrime is the first Solana VC DAO, pet, and liquid allocation marketplace. The level of design is pretty cool, but let's speak in detail. First of all, Solana has leapfrogged the competition's current launchpads. Current launchpads are inefficient, and SolanaPrime decentralized, SolanaPrime innovates, built by launchpad veterans. Sounds quite realistic, but let's observe it in detail. Solana had the momentum. Over 75% of the total Solana supply is being staked in the network. Solana is now sitting at over $10 billion in TVL. There are hundreds of projects deploying of the ecosystem, and Solana has 1,000 live transactions per second, and average costs of 25 cents per transactions and 400 million blocks times Solana bridge to Ethereum. What about this project? What kind of information can allow us to make a decision to follow this project? Let me tell you a couple words about tokenomics first of all, and then I'll comment any other position. Okay, Prime Tokenomics. 25% allocated to the ecosystem fund, 18% given to the team, 11% community incentives, liquidity mining 7%. The only thing I don't like is that they gave quite a lot for a team, As for me, it would be possible to reduce this figure and thereby slightly change the structure of tokenomics. Speaking about vesting and the roadmap, it's quite normal, So pay attention to the seed round, private round, and IDO also. According to the seed round, 10% goes to seed round, private round takes 5%, and IDO only 1%. Vesting period is quite long, but it has some sense in a long perspective, because such type of vesting period give us an opportunity that the early investors will not decrease the price when the token will be listed on some decentralized exchange and so on. So Prime Insurance Fund 6 months vesting, Prime Staking 6 months, and what else? Token liquidity 6 months. IDO, okay, the token will be distributed after TGE, What about investors and partners of this project? Let me find some information. Okay, by the way, let's speak about roadmap first of all, and I'll comment the investors and partners. We are here at the first quarter of current year. NFTized allocations for IDOs, NFT allocations landing, token burns IDO participation and prime booster. What else will happen this quarter? Exotic prime discovery mechanism. What it will be, how it will work, nobody knows, but we will see it, and I think it will be some interesting decision for such type of launchpad and etc. and so on. So what we are waiting for this year: partial DAO activation, NFTization of pre-money allocations, and insurance mechanism. So they promise us to insure some products, probably to give an early investors an opportunity to save their money in case of some price volatility and etc. So next year and the first quarter of current year, indies for pool pre-mining allocations, indies for pooled IDO allocations, and the full tokenomics vision is realized, and the full DAO activation. So they plan to implement all the ideas and the technical decision this year. So this project was definitely interesting for as investing or as participating as the followers and so on. Moreover, when they will launch their launchpad, we can participate and have some profits during the participation in different type of IDO. So what else? Speaking about investors and partners, Pluto Digital, Sheesha Finance, Faculty Group, Contango Digital Assets, Influx Group, and etc. Our analysts have some call with founders of the team, and the project is really promising. So there are some Cardano founder and etc. ZBS Capital, Stratosphere, Kimia IO, Llamas Ventures, and etc. SolanaPrime is introduction, smarter IDO design, pool weight multiplayer, distribution balancer factor, participation odds, and tail balancer. So the full information about type of tier structure and etc. We will see in I suppose in near future, but according to this information, the odds of participating in IDOs are 100% for tier 1 and 2, and for lower tiers 3, 4, 5. To tell the truth, it's quite sophisticated system of tier structure, and how it will work in practice we will see when they start doing any IDOs, I think. Continue speaking about SolanaPrime insurance. SolanaPrime combines a unique insurance fund to protect investors and ensure maximal capital efficiency. Tradable NFTs, tier allocations, supercharge token velocity, and makes Take Prime capital work. The third statement is tokenized index pool, which contains a basket of all tokens that have IDO'd on SolanaPrime. That this allows the community to gain exposure to a less risky portfolio token of all projects that have launched on SolanaPrime. Prime tokenomics is deflationary due to IDO participation fees. It's not a fee anymore to make X. Sometimes it's better to skip. Okay, that's great. Let me summarize. It's a SolanaPrime. It's a quite good project where more than 30 people working on it, most full time. What else? There are a good team of marketers and managers. Rather confusing launchpad participation system, but it will be shown us in future how it will work. In some kind it looks like a true PNL, but I'm not sure that it will be released like a true PNL system and so on. Only even more complicated. For example, when we stake Prime, we can get index tokens like Zcash, which we can then spend on a future project. So there are also extremely decent partners like Kenji Sasaki, founder of Cardano, is an angel investors, part of the team like designers from Japan and many in Europe. Signum Bank, founders Jewelry 1 Jillian, Darren Camus, Altcoin Buzz, and other. Here announced the list in the chat. There are norms and higher. So what else? Today we have spoken about SolanaPrime. It's the most capital efficient primary market ecosystem. How it will work in the future we will see. As far as I can judge, it's quite promising project, and we will see how it will be, how all the ideas of this project will be implemented in reality. And I think we definitely should follow this project and pay attention their steps according to their roadmaps, and of course to study their tier structure and participate in any kind of IDO that will happen on their launchpad. So see you guys, bye, have a nice time.